Please come to the stage.
Whether it's junior college, community college, whether it's a large university, a private school, an Ivy League school, you still have those same kinds of stories and experiences.
After seeing both documentaries, a few things come to mind for me. And one is, on one side, it's follow your dream chasing, which really means pursue with no boundaries. On the other side, in that power, you can do that, but how you do that is somewhat, it can be interpreted.
Hey guys, we're here at the Yale African American Affinity Film Festival. I'm here with one of the spectators for our films, Powered by Dreams. Tell me a little bit how you felt about, the movies that you saw today.
I think both films were definitely influential. The Dream Chasers video or documentary definitely empowered me to either want to document or definitely pursue my dreams. The Living Thinkers, being a woman of color myself, an African American woman who's thinking about pursuing or actually pursuing a degree in higher ed, it gave me a perspective of what to think about, and it definitely gave me some mind-boggling things that stick out in higher ed, and also how to combat those things and just to be true to who I am and stay true to me.
I think we should apply for taking out the crying scene. Probably take it that part out.
I don't like it not to be perfect. Like I edit, so it's like if the shots be like some shots in there weren't mine. And I'm talking about hard that's not me. I don't like it when it's all blurry, he's doing all that. So I like
It's artistic.
So I like to plan it before we do it.
If we look at universities today, you can just tell that we're still not accepted, because you can just look in you can choose any college you want unless it's a historically black college. You'll find departments that have absolutely no one black, and some of them maybe have never had a black professor, or they might have had one, and we're in 2014.
Hey, I'm here with the parent of Living Thinkers, the screenwriter. Go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
I'm Martha Walker. I'm Roxana's mother. I'm very proud of what she's done here. And although she didn't say it on the film, pretty much what she depicted in the documentary is the same experience she's having where she's at now. And so it is true. And this was from her heart, and she started before Essence. So it's a good thing for us all to see and think about and be brave enough to stand up. And so I am so very proud of her, not only for the film, but for the woman she is.
I started doing videos around Hartford, Connecticut, rap artists for free, and a bunch of DVDs for free, just to see if they would invest back in me eventually, like now. So when I did that for years, and they don't invest back in you, I had to switch to something else. So I was constantly switching to different things. I documentaries moving it down, because now, you don't have to like me, you can like a doc, you buy it in line. So that's what kind of got me.
Sharon Ava here, YAA 2014 Film Festival. I'm here with one of our spectators here, Mr. Elijah Oliver. How you doing today, brother?
I'm wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you. What do you take away from Living Thinkers or Powered by Dreams today here at the YAA Film Festival?
First and foremost, I think it's a wonderful platform and opportunity for, these two individuals and even, CEO Zoe to showcase their talent and their dreams. I got a lot from the Living Thinkers because I'm in higher ed and seeing, from an African-American male perspective, but also seeing what the minority women go through. So I can definitely relate to that. Powered by Dreams, Abdul, good friend of mine, been supporting him for a long time. So I'm just happy to see, the results and their dreams come to fruition.
And this can be very subjective, this could be kind of touchy, but it seems that white men will take a little bit more than black women in terms of putting forth their perspective about anything. You know, if there's an issue, it seems that Black women tend, and again, this is just from the experiences that I've had with interviewing women and even talking with my husband and having experience with other men. Women feel a need to set the record straight more easily.
Yeah, I think this event was awesome. I wish I would have shared it with more people. Somebody shared it with me, and like we don't get to go out as much because we both work crazy hours. But stuff like this to get your mind thinking outside the box and giving back to the community, I'm always up for it.
What about living thinkers? You know, you working in corporate America, being in leadership. How did that touch you at all in any way?
It touched me on a couple of aspects. I mean, working in corporate America, sometimes you feel like, you know, this is not what I'm destined to do, and you get caught in a trap, so to speak. You start to feel like, for lack of a better word, soulless, like getting the life sucked out of you. And to hear him talk about living his dreams and not wait till when you can't do it is I think that's important for people to hear. And then on the aspect of Roxana's, even though it was focused on women in academia, I mean, that can apply to everybody. I mean, even in my role in leadership, where I work as a manager, I hear some of the same code words about being aggressive or unapproachable or he's intimidating, and there's no evidence, but you experience and you try to work through it, but you know, it's a real thing.
So when someone asks me to do a video and I know they can't do it, it's like, I'll help you, no problem. It's easy for me, it's not for you, so I hate putting a hand out. Now it goes to the point of working with people that support you. Like Elijah, he was school with Playboy. I'll support him no matter what, because I know what's going to do it. I can walk away and he's going to do something else with me. Like people I get involved with, like once I find someone that's a good person, I treat them like they should treat me, and we're always good. So that's what I've been doing so far, and everything works out.
So how did you feel about, you know, the two films that you saw, Living Thinkers and, you know, Powered by Dreams? How did you feel about it?
Well, I was more, I mean, I've seen, Abdul's my brother, so the Dream Chaser one was inspiring in the sense of seeing all the things he's done over the last couple of years. For the first one, I wanted my kids to see that one as well, because to see the barriers that women have to go through in, as they said, the ivory tower is an important piece for them to see that as African Americans, as not even just African Americans, but they're mixed, what things they have to go through, or what things that they may have to go through in order to succeed, and then to juxtapose that, to see what from a Dream Sports Network perspective is saying that if I reach for those stars, it's all for me to start climbing for it one step at a time, not to take that big jump, but to take one step at a time to get to those dreams.
The title of the film is Living Thinkers and Autobiography of Black women in the Ivory Tower. And if you think about the notion of an autobiography, you're thinking of one person. But I'm using the narrative of multiple voices to have this one kind of narrative. And Toni Morrison talks about the way that we can use one solitary experience to tell the story of a group of people, a community of people. And so I didn't feel like I necessarily had to have my particular story in there, because my story was part of each one of their stories. And I interviewed, I want to interview 100 women. Of course they won't be in the documentary, but I have a website that's under construction. But right now I've interviewed about 60 women. And so in all of those interviews, I found myself in a lot of this.
I thought the Living Thinkers, I thought it was absolutely awesome. It was very touching because I'm a historic Black college grad, and I have had many very amazing professors who had similar experiences, but of course they could not articulate all of those experiences. And you knew that still waters ran very deep. They were very passionate about their subject matter. They were also dream chasers as well, and that they would encourage us as students to pursue our dreams and go on in academia, possibly. I loved how the correlation of the historic events along with their experiences were very familiar for me. It just caused me to really reflect and think and just celebrate how they had overcome many of the barriers, many of the prejudices, many of the stereotypes that women are constantly bombarded with, that possibly you can't be as intelligent as others when they're very, very much so astute and on the ball.
Give me some reflection on how you felt about today's event.
Sure, yeah, I thought the film was great, very well articulated, well put together. One thing I came away from it with, this idea that businesses don't survive unless they're about process, product, and people. Now, Abdul has great people, dream chasers are everywhere. His process is streamlined, a lot of outreach, a lot of support. I'd like to see a few more products, things that he buys for maybe $1 or $2 and sells for $5 or $6 as a way to just pay for growth and expansion. I think Dream Chaser 1 lives in...
I'm here with the filmmaker, director Roxana of Living Thinkers, which premiered here at the Yaaa 2014 Film Festival. Tell us a little bit about your perspective, or just the overview for some people who might not have seen the film, what you were trying to capture, within the film.
Yes, Living Thinkers, an autobiography of Black women in Ivory Tower, is a documentary to basically capture the voices of African American women, mainly professors, but also administrators within the universities across this country, because I think a lot of times our voices are silenced. We're very few in numbers on these campuses in those positions, and there's definitely a silent struggle that is taking place. And so what I'm trying to capture is that struggle, but not only that struggle, but also look at the narrative, the education narratives of these women, that these women didn't just all of a sudden become a professor, but the whole notion of education, growing up where they grew up at the time period, and looking at how that impacted them becoming who they are today, and then how they face the struggles that they have, especially in terms of race, class, and gender.
Tell us a little bit about, your thought process in regards to making this documentary.
Well, I mean, basically for me it was real easy. Just get out there and chase my dreams, get with Zoe, let him tape it, and never stop dreaming. So, I mean, it all worked out pretty smooth. He was able to kind of catalog everything we did over the last couple years, and from dream energizers to ice cream for a dream. So I think we're in a good place right now with the documentary, and I'm hoping that a lot of people get a chance to see it.
What do you want people to take away from the documentary as they see this, or as it's featured across different markets?
Well, ultimately, I want them to take away that they can make their dreams become reality. I want them to kind of see that I'm just kind of like a average guy, just like they are maybe, and that whatever their dream is, they can do it and they can make it real. So, and then most importantly, I want them to take away never stop dreaming. That, if you have one dream or 10 dreams, you should be trying to chase them all, catch them, and then create a new list and keep going with it.
If people wanted to, get in contact with you, or, kind of contact you to talk a little bit more about this, where can they find your information?
Well, they can always go to the website, thedreamsupportnetwork.com. Hit me up on Facebook, Abdul Rahman I Muhammad. Twitter, Abdul is DC1, or at Ice Cream for a Dream. All the social media stuff. Dream Support Network. Never stop dreaming. I'm out here. I'm done with this interview. This is the end of it. I'm just here to tell the people, you got to live your dreams, and never stop dreaming. Be powered by dreams. Peace.
NEVIDEO.